Hey everyone, it's Will here with Flow Trade Effects. I'm bringing you guys a new video. This is going to be a breakdown video of the AUDJPY. Yesterday was Cinco de Mayo, so I really only took one trade, and I pretty much shorted the AUDJPY for several lots, starting around the 9.3 level, and then brought it down to the 9.29 level. So we got maybe about 50 pips. I'm going to go ahead and break this trade down, get into why I took it, and then perhaps some of the the reasons why I maybe exited where I did. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize this screen here just so that we can all see the chart behind me, and then I'm going to go ahead and I don't think we need this really anymore here. I have the various levels. My entry is marked here in green, and then I also have my stop loss here marked in red, and then my take profit level marked here in blue. So if you guys can see all that, we should be able to follow along. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize the trading results that I had here on this previous screen, and then allow us to have more room to view the chart here. So I have the screen zoomed out to about 5 days of price activity. For my system, I use about 5 days. I feel like it's the most recent. It's kind of what you need, but it's kind of what I use, and it's really helpful to me. I apologize in advance because these lines are not necessarily straight, but they do indicate the various support and resistance levels that I would like to emphasize in this video. Now, as I create these lines, I didn't necessarily take these trades. These are just simply areas that I noticed from the week, and I did indicate that the market was in an uptrend up until this point right here. And I'll speak on why I noticed that. But the market was stair-stepping up, creating higher highs, coming back to retrace kind of the height of the previous swing high, and then breaking out, creating another swing high. So as that pattern was going on, that's typically a nice sign of a healthy trend. And in any healthy trend, you're looking to enter on the pullback and then ride it past the break point of the recent swing high or swing low. Now, in this case, it was an uptrend, so we were looking to enter this based on the swing high and exit beyond this, but I did not take this trade. This was just a good example of after you've seen the market come here and respect this harmonic swing pattern, you could have entered here as well and then caught this big momentum. I did not. I actually caught this trend on the downside. I did that because I noticed the market came up here and it started losing steam. It started like all these large momentum bars started like turning into very small momentum bars. So that's one indicator that I noticed, and I was like, okay, let me take note of that. And then there was this exhaustion wick that happened here where the market boosted up, created this level of resistance here, and just failed to sustain it. Ended up coming back here and falling very short and actually falling back below to create a new support level, which I can actually mark here. This is actually a part of why I took my trade. The market came down and created this support level, and I kind of created this if-then scenario in my head for, okay, if the market comes down to this level and it holds this level, then this trading idea that I have for me to enter here with a short above or off of this level, and then potentially trail the market back here. And I'm going to get into why I would trail the market down to around this level and why I put my stop actually here at this level specifically. And second, but I do want to break down the fact that the market did come back down and it failed to actually breach this level right away. It just kind of went stagnant. So I entered my trade here, noticing that the market came up here. It failed to even get beyond that exhaustion point that it made previously. And I put my stop just a pip or so, maybe 2 pips above the high of this level right here. And then I entered around here, which was specifically, let me just pull that up. I entered specifically at the 93491 level. So if any of you guys want to follow this video specifically on your chart, you can kind of see exactly the market structure where I entered at, and that was around 11. So sometime within these bars right here, I entered, and then I know that this had this stop or this high right here had been created while I was observing the market, which is why I used it to place my stop above. Now, as the market came back down here, I did wait and anticipate if there was going to be a bounce at this level or if there was going to be a drop at this level, in which the market did find a little bit of additional momentum and drop through here, in which it made a good sign to me that, okay, there was some interest down here. And as I mentioned just a moment ago, there was a heavy idea that the market may find interest around this level, mainly due to the fact that between where the market broke here and the market came all the way up here, there was no retracement between this whole level right here. So between here and here, the market did not retrace, come back down. It was just a straight shot up until it came down here to create this initial support level. Now, since it created the support level and covered part of this, all right, so yeah, between the break of this level right here, and then as the market shot all the way up here, there was no retracement between that. So I figured this was the next area in which price might find some form of support, or perhaps go stagnant again. So I know that based on the calculation of this level, my entry to my stop loss, double that distance would put me at around this price level right here. And then I knew that also the ADR, and there was a double round number right here as well. So between those two levels, I knew that they more or less all lined up to about here, and that I wasn't gonna get too greedy or extend my profit target too far. I was looking to just get out at maybe about 80% of this total movement, which lined up perfectly for double. I mean, probably about a 2-to-1 risk reward. So it worked out perfectly. And it did also give the potential to go further before price went pretty much zigzagging and has been in a range since, more or less, slightly creating lower lows and lower highs, but for the most part, it has still been like going sideways with very little give to either side. And since it is Friday now, I really don't have any additional interest in trying to chase this market or get into it. I figure let it do its thing. By the time Sunday comes around and the market continues to open back up, we should be able to see some either continued momentum towards the downside, or perhaps see this range break back into the upside and perhaps see the market come around here. But at this point, we're out, and that was pretty much the trade breakdown. My main focus of this trade was the ultimate high here of the day and the ultimate low of the week that was happening here. This area was revisited multiple times throughout the week, and then this area was created once and ultimately was never revisited again, which let me know that this uptrend was coming to an end by the time the market came back up here to create a second high that was lower than the first one, and ultimately couldn't even sustain that level. I was able to take my short off of that with a relatively tight stop, with a risk reward ratio that was well within range, and pretty much was able to get out within just a couple hours. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 or 6 hours before this trade came to completion. So that was pretty much it. And as you can tell, that was it for the AUDJPY. It's a relatively simple trade. I did go through this one, and it was based heavily on my system and mostly on price action. If you do view my price action video, you will be able to like pretty much find these opportunities as well. It's relatively simple, but I just really wanted to break that video down. The results are literally just from motivation, but yeah, just take it one day at a time. Watch this video again if you found it helpful. Give me a like, thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, whatever, drop them below. If you do want to get more videos like this, subscribe, and I would love to add you to my community. So join my Telegram group as well, or follow me on Instagram at Flow, or at the Wise Trader, Wise_Trader, or Flow Trade FX, either one. And I would, yeah, see you guys on the next video. Peace.